Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much. What's going on with you?
Oh, just a Tuesday. Nothing too fancy, but fantastic. I'll take it since it's the holiday week. How about you?
Made it through another half a day. I'm happy.
Gotcha.
Okay, so welcome everybody to the chat. Hey, Black Lavender. Today, did you find that today was a little slow on YouTube? Like the one day I was able to sit down and try and catch up on everything and see what's out there, it was like dead.
It's a little bit um mellow, but I think people are getting into that last minute. I gotta return this, return that. I gotta shop for this, shop for that. Make sure this is coming through. Make sure that's coming through. Yeah, I
Mhm.
think it's that little lull. And I'll be honest. I'm looking forward to having a half day Thursday, all day Friday, not doing anything. NBA is back, so I'm super excited.
Oh my God. NBA. Okay. I'm not a sports person
I
anymore.
know, I
I'm
know.
those days are long gone for me. Oh, happy holidays, Miss
Happy
Pretty
holidays, everybody.
Random. Hey, Farmava. Let's see who else is in there. We're still early.
Yeah.
Okay. Sunday is such a busy night. I'm glad that we can break it up into 2 days to review all of the content that we're watching.
I mean it's a lot, but it's interesting. Like 90 days. I mean, I wish some couples weren't there, but they are, so we have to deal with them. But
Wait,
unexpected. Go ahead.
which couples do you not want to be there? Wait, which ones? Because I know
Um,
I have my couples
I
I
mean,
can't stand.
Rebecca and Z Ed can go. I don't need to see
Were they
Mike.
on this week? I don't remember them.
I'm just saying overall. Um,
Oh,
whatchamacallit, who else can go? Mike and Natalie. I don't need to look at you guys.
mm-hmm.
Who else?
Tariq.
That's just dumb. That's just.
So, so all of the vets who are on this season, you don't really care about.
It's not even somebody that. It's just like your stuff makes no sense. Like, what's wrong with you? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I like fun, crazy, fun mess,
Mm-hmm.
not just outright stupidity. That's boring. I hate it.
So then why do you like the other show that we're going to talk about?
Because it's okay. Sorry, because that show is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a face value show. 90 Day Fiance. When you go in, like okay, to be completely frank and honest, with Unexpected, I'm not really rooting for anybody. 'Cause I think you're all stupid. So it's easy to go into the show with that premise. 90 Day, you kind of go in rooting for people. You want them to do well.
You do? The only person I've ever rooted for was in recent history on 90 Day was Kenny and Armando.
I mean, provided I don't get any like pre-warning or information, I
Hmm.
go in rooting for all the couples. Then I watch the show. Then after like 3 episodes, I'm like, okay, you're stupid. You're stupid. No, this is fake. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So which one do you want to do first? 90 Day or Unexpected?
Oh, I think we should start with Unexpected. Actually,
Which one? Unexpected?
yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me change. Okay. Okay, so I didn't realize that there were 4 seasons of this because I've watched it a lot.
Okay.
Um, this is season 4, episode 1, Kids Having Kids, where we get introduced to um, this season's couples. We've got Jenna and Aiden. She's
Mm,
18 weeks pregnant. We've got Mirka. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing that. And Ethan. She's
Mirka.
19 weeks. Mirka. Okay. She's 19 weeks pregnant. We've got Tara and Alex.
Hmm.
She's not pregnant. but she's from last season because I
Mm.
remember her.
The cheerleader, right? Okay.
Yes, yes. And the cute boyfriend who lives with his grandma and sometimes his mom.
Hmm.
That's a whole weird dynamic there. Um, Rihanna, who's 28 weeks pregnant, but she's broken up from her former boyfriend, Taryn.
She's the one I want to slap the most, but okay.
I think that there's a whole lot to that. Like, there's a lot that we don't know yet with them, but all of these kids seem irrational at some point. Yeah, so those are all of the couples that we have.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to
So,
start with, if you don't mind,
which one?
Ethan and Mirka.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ethan lied. That was annoying. His parents told him when he told them, like, they're like, so we told you about safe sex and you blah blah blah. Like, we're under the impression that the condom broke, right? Yeah, he's like, no. He's also, you guys didn't use protection. He's like, yeah. So you lied. He's like, well, yeah. I'm like, dude, like, what?
Yeah.
No.
The stupidity of these kids. And again, this is another show where, like, the failure of the educational system as well. I mean, these parents seem to have done their part, had the talk, you know, trying to raise a
Mm,
responsible young man.
right.
And he was like, oh, it feels better. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? I was just like, and I'm looking at him being stupid, really stupid. And I felt bad for his parents because, like, they just had an 11, like, they have an 11th month old daughter, so he has an
Yeah.
11th month old sister, and then his his child is going to be like barely younger than his youngest sibling. I'm like that. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. That baby is going to grow up side by side with his aunt, his or her
Right,
aunt.
right. And then what's killing me is the simple fact that um Mirka. I mean, like you with her, like, disappointment has to be the word, because look, your mother told you, like, this is like the one thing you cannot do, the one thing I will not allow to happen in my house. Like, the one
Hmm.
thing, she was like super strict, super stern, and you knowingly had sex without a condom, willingly had sex without a condom. I'm like, what is wrong with you? And like, she's out here boohooing, blowing snot, crying. I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't really have much sympathy for her. Like, I have a little bit, but not much, because you knowingly put yourself in a position to get kicked out.
My problem with America is that her parents got divorced when she was 3.
Hmm.
Mom was left to be a single parent, working all the time, multiple
Hmm.
jobs to provide for America and her younger brother.
Hmm.
She saw how hard it was on her mom to raise kids
Right.
because she had to raise her brother,
Exactly.
Mirka, I mean. Um, she know her mom is not overly emotional. She know her mom has had a rough life. It's been rough for all of them. And
Hmm.
yet you think that your mom is going to welcome your baby with open arms? Like when
Right.
her mom said, I'm not raising anyone else's kid.
Right.
Like, you know where this mother stands. I would
Exactly.
not have even tried to test that.
Because
I
my
wouldn't.
and my whole thing is, and I'm not sure if you feel this way. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Like, the way Mirka's acting, she's acting like having this baby is okay, and that her mother is being mean to her and wronging her. And I'm like, how are you coming to this conclusion? So I want to know your thoughts, and how do you see it?
She is playing. victim a little bit. But
Hmm.
I think like she really underestimated her mother's, and her mother isn't even angry about it. Her mother is just stone cold
Yeah.
dead.
Hmm.
She's like, "Oh, so you're pregnant? Get out."
Yep.
Now, that I can guarantee you that's not the first time her mom told her that.
She Mirka even said that my mom told me like this is the one thing you cannot do. Like the one, like literally the one
Mhm.
thing. Like do whatever else, don't do this. And she went out and did it. I was just like, I would never test that. I just wouldn't.
I want to ask you something. Okay, so she said that she met Ethan like her first day at a new school. Um, I was a little confused by the age. So please confirm to me. She was 14 and he was 15?
15. That's the way that's the way I heard it because they're now 15 and 16.
Okay. She's 19 weeks pregnant. They're about to have their first anniversary. Wait, this is the right couple, right? They're about to have their first anniversary being together?
I want to say
I
yes.
think so. What is a 14 and a 15-year-old doing having sex?
I didn't understand that.
Maybe I was slow.
I
God.
I mean, I could see 16. I think 16 is reasonable. But 14 and 15, you don't
I
know
don't think
anything.
so.
You probably haven't even
Based
read a book.
based on these kids, I don't think 16 is reasonable to be doing something as adult as having sex.
With these
Mm-mm,
children, correct. I agree with you.
mm-mm, mm-mm-mm. I just don't. Like, case in point, Jenna. Jenna is 16.
That's Jenna.
The
Which
one
one
that
is
says
Jenna?
that Aiden, her boyfriend, who's 17, says that boys
They ovulate,
ovulate
right?
just
Right.
like no, ovulate just
Ovulate.
like women. Both of these should have been sterilized, neutered, snipped, spayed, whatever.
That one took me
Both.
out. I'm like, ovulate. You have to make sure your no your cycles don't sync up. I'm like, that is a new one. That ovulate. I was sitting there just like, what? And you fell
She,
for that?
well, listen, she was smart enough to outmaneuver her ex-military dad to sneak her boyfriend in to the house to stay over overnight, but she wasn't smart enough to pay attention in health class.
Right.
What?
No, she's like the spoiled bratty one, right?
Yes. Who's expecting a
Okay.
luxury car for her birthday?
Right. I think Daddy's gonna put the kibosh on her, and she doesn't realize yet. I'm looking at her like, ma'am, you're a little like you acting a little too grown right now, like with no job and no money.
Well, you saw
And the
when
dad
you
was
asked her about getting a job. She's just like point blank, period, no.
and like he went into the cash app and added up how much he sent her. She's like $20 me kind of to death. He's like sent her like $2,500 over like
He
a
said
couple
nickel
months.
and diming me, didn't he?
Right. I was like, whoa, what? Dad is that okay? Dad's like I like Dad because I think Dad's about to do something. It's gonna rock her world.
When he finds out how she was sneaking that boy in there. Oh, wait. And the thing that killed me about this couple, is that baby Aiden's? Because they was trying to add up the
Right.
what the hell?
I was in there
And
like,
he
oh.
said she got pregnant before we started dating. I was like,
I was like,
what are
okay,
you
that's interesting.
saying?
Like, were you guys sleeping together before you guys became official, or what's
Their
going on?
story is so confusing. I went back and watched that particular clip like 3 times and just got so confused the more I watched it.
I was
Oh,
just like, huh? That part I should have done what you didn't rewatch. I just didn't think of it. But I was sitting there like, wait a minute,
it
what?
confuses you the more you watch it
Okay, never mind. I'll rely
because
on you for this one.
by the third time I was like, he not the daddy. Wait, y'all was talking but sneaking into the basement overnight. Like I was thoroughly flummoxed. I pray for them too. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, because I think Dad about to cut it
And
off.
I pray for that infant because it's gonna have a stupid gene built in. Those two kids, oh my God. I almost
Yeah, they took.
didn't watch this show because of those two.
I mean, it's the funny because I only watched it because of the advertisements. I'm like, oh, this could be interesting. Like children, like this has got to be a trip. So then I had watched some other stuff first. But okay, it happened to be on. I'm like, oh, I'm like the blatant stupidity is too hard not to watch this. Like the blatant stupidity, and the parents seem like really, really cool parents. Like we told them we did our best. This is what happened. I'm like, wow, these. But it's the kids. They're like, I understand they're children. I do get that, but what's tripping me out is like none of them are actually scared. I would be scared. I would be like on the floor crying.
I don't think, I wonder if they think having a baby is the equivalent of like getting a pet that they can
I
leave
think
for
so.
someone else to take care of.
I really feel they're in that mindset of like, okay, I'm gonna have this baby. We can play dress up, blah blah blah. Oh, I want to go out, so I'm going to leave. Mom and Dad will take care of it. They'll watch the baby while I go out, and they'll be like, Mom, Dad, I gotta get some money so I can go out while you watch the baby. Mm-mm.
Ay, ay, ay. Who do you want to talk about next?
Okay. Oh, was it Taryn and the other
Rihanna?
little blonde girl?
Yeah.
I always forget her name because I don't like her. But anywho, um,
Why, wait, why don't you like her?
her attitude is just so sour. I mean, okay, if I was like young and pregnant, I'd be mad too. But I'd be mad
Mm-hmm.
at myself.
Mm-hmm.
So her name is Rihanna, not Hannah. I kept calling the little child Hannah. Two letters or whatever. So her mom is so cool. Her mom is understanding because her mom had her young, right? Is that the case? No, yes,
I think so. Like you see
right,
the cycle going on in a lot of
yeah,
these
mm-hmm,
stories. Yeah.
exactly. Her mom was super cool. Taryn like is trying to be there for her, but he's an hour. He's an hour away, and it's difficult. He has a lot going on too, but he's making that like genuine effort to be involved, and they don't communicate. They block each other's cell phones like kids do. Like I blocked you here, well you blocked me first, and then I blocked you here, and then you just blocked me on there.
Yeah, that gave
Like
me a
what?
headache. That gave me a
Oh,
headache. I was like, y'all are not ready for a relationship. Block in here. Oh my God.
right. I mean, the mom is like, he's trying. You have to like communicate with him. You have to communicate with him about yourself, but you have to communicate with him. And she's like, okay. Like, I have a feeling is that he broke up with her when she moved, and she was mad about it, and because she found out she was pregnant after they broke up. So I think
Mm-mm.
that's her. I think that's her main issue.
Here's what I think happened. They
Okay.
was all fine and dandy when she was living over at the dad's house. Like the mother
Right.
said, you were each other's world, right? Bet you she
Right.
found out that he was cheating. Bet you
You
anything.
think?
Yes, this all got to do with cheating. So she picks
Okay.
up and leaves her dad's house and comes back an hour and a half later over to her mom's house. I don't want nothing to do with him. I'm going into a whole nother school. Bye, be gone. Poop,
So
comes
you think?
up
So you think?
pregnant.
So you think that the whole thing about her moving back to her mom's house because she feels like her mom can help her better. She feels like she's gonna need her mom more than her dad. So you think that's all a smokescreen? That's what she said.
I think after she found out that she was pregnant, she decided to stay with her mom because she can't talk about pregnancy
Okay.
and vajayjay things with her dad. Um,
Okay,
and
but that's the reason. That's the reason she's using. So you think that's
yes,
kind of like a little smoke screen to the real
correct.
reason? Like you caught him.
He cheated.
You caught him getting caught up.
Yes, he cheated
Gotcha. Okay.
because boys that age cheat. They're sowing their wild oats.
But
And
he's so
so she
upset that
picked
she
up and
left though.
left because he actually likes her. But Dingaling rules a teenage boy's brain. They think with the downstairs head instead of the upstairs head. So she picked up and left, and he's like, oh, but I really liked her. And then he finds out about the baby. He wants to do the responsible thing, but she's like, got the wall up.
Right. But did you notice when he's like, I know the baby's mine, and the look on her face was like,
I think she was cheating
okay.
too.
Right? Okay, but right,
That's
that's
what
what
I thought. When I saw that look, I was like, oh, paternity in question?
because
What?
because she said when he's like the baby's mine. I'm sure the baby's mine. She get a look like, okay, we gonna go with that.
Okay, if you want it, sure.
Like, yeah, if you want to go with
Because
that, all right.
the she was the one who said, I'm willing to let him go to the doctor's appointments. Was she the one who said that?
Repeat that. I'm sorry, I missed.
I think she said that. She's very I hate to say this. Okay, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to reserve judgment. I'm going to reserve judgment, but I think there was a whole lot of cheaterization going on with both parties. Paternity might be an issue.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't think her mom or her dad knows the full story of what happened between those two, other than she came up pregnant. And right now I'm questioning whether
hmm
he's the dad.
Yeah. She's big mad. She's like she is okay. Here's the way I'm looking at it. She's big mad. He's apologizing. Does that make sense? The way the dynamic is, like she's super mad about something, and he this what he's trying to do is to be there is to, the apology. He's like like he's saying like I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. That's the way it's coming across. So I
And
think
that's why
you
he
may be
cheated.
onto something.
And that's why I think he cheated, because he's apologizing. He's making the effort. He's coming the hour and
Mm-hmm.
a half over to her. And the mother, her mom, is like really trying to broker this relationship because she herself knows that it can only benefit the child to have a good relationship with the child's father, like how she did with Rihanna's dad. Like they
Right.
didn't stay together, but for the sake of Rihanna, they sucked it up and
Yep.
have a good parental relationship and co-parented this kid throughout all these years.
Right.
I would like to know
Agreed.
what her dad said that she got pregnant on his watch.
Right.
I want to know about that because my kid didn't leave
Right.
here pregnant.
Exactly. I'm definitely interested um in that
Because
because
her mama, like super sneaky. She's the one that went and did the said she overheard the girl saying her breast was sore, and she sneaked a urine
hmm
sample from her to do a pregnancy test.
no, wait, the funny thing it was a diabetic strips or something. That's how it started. And
No,
she did something with the
no, she told
she's
the
it
girl,
was diabetic.
but she ain't used the diabetic strips. She
Right, she
used the
said was for diet
AAUs,
right. It was a cover.
so that she could get her urine to
Yep.
do a pregnancy test. That mom is smart. She would have never gotten pregnant at her mom's house.
No. No. Honestly. And her mom is I just like her mom because her mom is so like cool and she understands like Terrence trying to make the effort and she's trying to broker peace and she's more on Terrence's side because he's making the effort and because she's been through it all and Rihanna's just like
See,
okay whatever. So I think
I,
the mom is cool. I think the mom is like going about it the right way.
see, here's the thing. I don't think the mom is cool with none of this. I don't think the mom is on Terrence's side. The mom is 33 years old and Rihanna is
hmm
15. she knows what path Rihanna's going down.
Right.
So she's trying to get Taryn involved. He's willing. That's the key. He's willing to be involved. So she's like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going on here, but I'm gonna need that boy to be supplying some diapers, some wipes, and
Right.
some formula and some clothes and daycare because I'm not taking care of my grandkid by
Exactly.
myself.
That's why.
So
That's what I'm saying. That's why
mhm.
she's like on Terrence's side to a degree because she's trying to make sure he stays involved because she gonna need some help.
But I think I'm gonna call her Jessica Inspector Gadget from now on because she's gonna find out what all went
Yep.
down between those two.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this couple is the only reason, excuse me, why I will give this a chance for this season.
Right. Was it just these three couples or is there one more?
Tara and Alex, they were on the last season. Tara
Oh,
had a
the
baby with
cheerleader. Got it.
Alex. Yeah. And the baby's now 19 months old. It's a little girl. And now she lives at his grandma's house. And last season, like, they didn't even want her over there.
Right.
Um, Her mom has, I think, three daughters. She's one of three girls. Her mom had was a teen mom. All she and her other two sisters are all teen moms. One of them has multiple kids. Yeah, it's a big cycle
Mm-mm.
with their family. Um,
Mm-mm.
and this was a couple that I was wishing, um, that they would succeed, because he wanted to be, a dad. He took responsibility. Um, Based on the teasers, it seems like they're gonna break up,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll
I
be
saw that.
sad.
Like they have too many issues. Like they're just not communicating properly, from what I can see and a little bit I know about them.
And the thing that I like about it is that there's growth with Tara because I think she's the one who said she's on multiple levels of birth control. She's learned her lesson.
Yeah.
Like
She's like, I'm
I think
good.
she says she's got the shot, and plus he uses condoms. And besides, they're so busy because now she's back in school, doing cheer. They barely have time to fornicate. So I'm just like, yay, baby, I do that to you.
Yep.
There is another couple on this, Lily. But I don't think she was on the episode yesterday. We'll
No.
see her.
No,
She's
Lily.
also a repeat offender, but she's
Mm.
having a second baby.
Oh, that's too bad for her. She should have learned.
And let me tell you, I really like, she's 18 now.
Hmm.
Her boyfriend this time, because it's not
Oh,
the same boy.
wow.
Her
Mm.
boyfriend now is, unless he's changed dramatically, but I don't think this is the same guy. Lawrence says he's 19, but he look all at 36, full
Oh,
on beard,
wow. Whoa.
and saying some dumb junk about how one day she just turned up 10 weeks pregnant. Shut your mouth.
One day she just popped up. She done popped up pregnant. I have no clue. Have no clue
No
how it
clue.
happened. I'm like, okay.
No clue.
I mean, if that's how you want
And
to play it. Okay.
with them, I think it's just going to be the blind leading the blind, or Dumb and Dumber.
Hmm.
Um, I pray for Lily. I really do. Because her family wasn't too happy with her having the first kid. Now she's coming up with a second kid.
Right.
Like, my God. My
That's the thing.
So
That's
yeah,
the thing. Like
go ahead.
they not happy. If they not happy with the first one, they not. I don't see them being overjoyed with the second one.
No, no. But she's heading down a brilliant path, I believe.
I just don't understand people. Like you messed up once. Like learn, grow. Don't do it. Don't do it again. Think it's gonna be okay. It's not gonna be okay.
Yeah, yeah. Is there anything more that you want to touch on that stood out for you in this episode?
No,
No.
everything's
Okay.
okay.
All right. So you want to head over to the other fiasco of 90 Day Fiancé?
Yeah. Oh yes. Let's.
Okay. So this is season 8, episode 3. Bless this mess.
Mhm.
Very appropriate title. Who do you want to
Mhm.
start with? We already know the couples that you have absolutely no patience for.
We can start. We can actually start with the ones we don't like, because we probably won't say
Yes,
too much. But I will. I'll start with Mike and Natalie. Here's
Mike
my
and
thing with
Natalie.
them.
Uh-huh.
They're kind of this couple. I think I'm most annoyed is because she comes over complaining right away. She had Mike kick Uncle Bo out the house because she felt uncomfortable. I get it, but you kind of worked through that a little bit and set boundaries. I'm cool with that. Um, with the boundaries, not kicking him out. She
Mm-hmm.
she complained about everything. She has some valid points. Like, if you know she's coming, buy the food. You know what food she likes to eat. You know how she eats. You need that part. I agree with. You need to make sure she's comfortable in that, at least in that area. So I agree to that point. I mean, she's mad that he hasn't given her the ring back. I'm like, well, ma'am, if he hasn't said he's gonna give you the ring, why even come over? I felt that's on her. She should have secured the ring first, then came over, because
Mm-hmm.
the last part I saw with them was like she threw the ring at him, and it was a mess. It's like, well,
Mm-hmm.
you threw the ring at him. Y'all ended like on like not the best of terms. I guess you guys are talking still and got back together, but you expect him to bring you over and give you the ring right away, but you should have secured the ring before you came over. That was my issue with her. Now with
Mm-hmm.
him, he just like act like he do not want her there. Like, oh, you showed up.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I took it. I was like,
Or worse
whoa,
yet, why you here?
right.
That's the vibe I got from him.
Hmm. And he's not helping the situation because he's not being honest. Like, it's okay to tell someone like, look, you know what? We're working on this. My apologies for not having the food you like. We'll go to the store tomorrow. But it's okay to tell someone you don't need to either stop complaining or go home at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't talk about that, you're going to start to resent her, and you won't be wanting to work it out with her. And then you're going
Mm-hmm.
to do something rude, like kick her out in the snow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like this place a lot, to be honest, but I felt her on that whole cabin in the woods field. I wouldn't like that. I
Okay.
don't like live. I wouldn't want to live out there in the
Mm-hmm.
forest. I'm cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool. But his place was nice.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're cold, put on some socks and grab a couple extra blankets and be easy. And Mike is not a small dude. He can keep you warm,
Mm-hmm.
provided he don't roll over on you. You'll be okay. You'll be okay.
That's the price you pay for a green card. Have the Jolly Green Giant roll over on you.
Yeah, it's just she was just came out. It's like she came over looking for things to complain about, and I could
Mm-hmm.
see if she was one of those people who came from like a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
But ma'am, you had a nice apartment in Kiev. You were living with your mother. I mean, I'm gonna need you to like be easy. It's the place is Squim, Washington.
Mm-hmm.
That alone tells you it's not a metropolitan area. It's not Kiev.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not the capital of the country. You live in the capital of the country.
Mm-hmm.
So Squim is not the capital of the state, let alone the country. So your expectations should have been lowered a little bit. And Mike told you like how he lived. Like he never hid that. And you could see like on FaceTime or video chat, you could see like how he lives.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to come over here acting brand new is annoying. Which is why she can get off my screen and we can find Mike a different Russian or something.
Mm-hmm.
I like Mike, not her.
I don't like neither one of the two of these heifers. They've been together for 2 years, right? Or
Yeah, going
communicating for
into
2 years.
communicating. Okay.
Communicating for 2 years. He's been over to see her place. She's
Hmm.
not physically come to Squim. Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Squim sounds like ejaculate to me, so that should have
Mm-hmm.
been a red flag right there.
Mm-hmm.
She has been video chatting with this dude. She could see where he lives. You could get on the
Right.
Googler and you can find it on a map. You
Right.
know you out in the middle of nowhere.
Exactly.
Investigate these people that y'all fishing for. And if it's not where you want to live, if you a city girl, don't hook up with a dude that's living in Squim, Washington.
Right.
And if you decide to go forward with it, don't flick complain about it. This was my
Exactly.
problem with her from last season. She complained about
Mm-hmm.
everything,
Everything.
and half of the time I don't know why she's upset. She freaks out over the dumbest things, and I can see she's heading back down that road again. You knew
Right.
he had a cat. Don't get there and say I'm a dog person.
Right.
Then go out in the barn with a dog. Me and the
Right.
cat are here fine way before you got here. I think Mike, she's moaning about a ring from Mike. She better
Right.
stop complaining about everything and start working on Mike because Mike is disengaged from you. He don't even look the slightest bit interested.
Like he mad at her. He mad. He mad that she showed up. I stand by that. But his attitude, like she ran towards him and hugged him, and he was like, "Oh hey, how you doing?" Like, all right, there goes that couple.
And then, like, the dumb thing she's complaining about, the color of the flowers. She's not a cat person. She's a dog person. She feel the house look like a horror movie. She don't like the woods. She don't like Uncle Bo. Then
Right.
she complained about Uncle Bo drinking too much at lunch.
That killed me. Question: How you gonna question? How you gonna question? How you gonna question like this man who's like twice your age and his drinking habits?
And
Be
then
easy.
I find her to be fake because you were so petty with him at that lunch, the way how you were talking with him. And I'll give her the benefit of the doubt because it might be the way how Ukrainians just talk real brash. And it could be lost in translation. You know, she's trying to translate from Ukrainian to English to talk to him. I'll give
Hmm.
her that. But I thought she was kind of rude. And then when she said, Uncle Bo will never be invited back into my house, that ain't your house.
Right.
He was
I
doing
was just
good
like,
there.
yeah, I was like, how do you get property? I'm like, you bought half of Mike's house? I guess maybe,
Did Mike
but yeah,
say
she
that
just
he
got.
paid down a lot of his debt?
Hmm.
How
That
much
was
you
the
want to
that was the
bet?
main issue.
How much you want to bet he took all the money that he got from this and paid down his debt and didn't split it with her?
I think he broke her off a little bit. Otherwise, she'd been complaining about that too. So I think he broke her off a little bit, but kept the bulk and paid down his debt. So
I don't think he did because he knew he had the K1 to pay for and then bringing her over. I think he probably told her, well,
exactly,
anything that I could have given you, I have to apply towards that because it's a lot of money.
exactly. It's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Who's
I'm
next?
just tired of
Now it's your
them.
turn.
Um, okay, so the other, ugh, okay, Tariq and Hazel, I just don't care. I don't care.
Yeah, no.
But the
Mm-mm.
one thing I was a little upset about was when he brought her to the house. Like, Tariq really wants to make this work with her in this unconventional relationship, but it kind of rubbed me the wrong way that he didn't even bother to clean up the house. You went out and you got you a whole new blue suit, because it's her
Hmm.
favorite color, powder blue, showed up with a floral bouquet with all sorts of bluish flowers in it. You're crying at the airport. You're so happy that she's there. You bring her
Mhm.
home and you did not clean your house. And
Yeah,
she took
but
she took the words out of my mouth when she said, "Did you bring me here to clean this up?" I was like,
here's my
"Girl,
thing.
yes."
Here's my thing with that. And I saw what he was doing. I understand he was trying to like look good and do all that. I'm sorry, like I was like, well, sir, you really let's call a thing a thing. You could have went to Burlington's. I got this jacket and he could have found all that at Burlington Coat Factory for a lot less, and then spent that extra money on a cleaning service.
Yeah, he should
That's what I
like
would
to
have
make
done.
a good first. Like he did everything so like cute, you know, and then he didn't think about cleaning up his house.
Right. He thought it
And you
was
have
clean.
you have a kid. Like, don't you try to clean up to make a nice, clean environment for your kid?
He
I don't
thought he
know.
thought he thought it was clean.
He
But he
dropped the
but the thing
ball on
is,
that.
but he thought it was clean though. That's the problem. That's the crux. He said it's clean. What are you talking about? And she's like, and we look and us the viewers and we with Hazel like okay,
Mm-mm.
clean. Got it. All
He
right.
he's
No.
just lying because I know when my house is dirty. I live here
Right.
all the time. I know when it's dirty.
Hmm.
Oh my god. Oh, and I don't think they had Rebecca and Ziad on this week, but they're another one that I'm not really interested in.
Well, I wasn't interested in her or them when she bought him a video game console, so he could sit and play games all day while she goes to work. I
Yeah.
understand like he can't like technically he can't work for 6 months, but sir, you can be a bouncer somewhere. They can pay you under the table. You can work
Vocational
at some night.
training. Vocational training so that as soon as you get that green
Hmm.
card, you go straight and get a to the jobs office and get a job.
Like he could have been an intern at Joella's or Jolene's or whoever it is, whoever chicken
Mhm.
shack that he worked. He could have been like a little like intern, learning the ways of the chicken and all that good stuff. He
Mhm.
would have to do something. There's no way he should be sitting at home eating up your food, spending your money, and not have a job
And
of some sort.
this is what frustrates me with Rebecca because it's not like this is her first time doing this.
You right.
She made this mistake before. Shouldn't she have learned from that and not have him just sitting at home playing video games? Because she probably did that with the
Mhm.
last one where he decided to go
Right.
and find other women while she was out hustling.
Exactly.
I don't know. I have no patience for them. So
Mm-mm.
who do you want to start with first out of the remaining three?
Let's get Yara and Jovi out the way because she annoyed me too.
But at least she's new annoying and not,
Yes.
yeah. Okay, go ahead.
It's just more with her. It's like Boobokins. Just come in, say hello, eat the little food, um, ask the mom questions, blah 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 blah. You could play nice. You can get your point across and play nice. I understood her point of view with the mom wanting to have like a wedding and this and that. But my whole thing is this: all she had to do is be like, okay, we can have a wedding here, but we're gonna have a wedding back in Ukraine,
Mhm.
and that would just been it, done. But no, like I just want one wedding, and it's not fair. We have a wedding here, and my parents can't come, and blah 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 blah. I'm like, ma'am, you're grown. That solution is very simple. You have two weddings. I mean, I'm sure you've seen other episodes, other seasons of 90 Day Fiance with Andre and Libby. They had a wedding in America and then a wedding in Moldova. It's not that deep. It's like she just wanted to be annoyed.
Yeah. I personally don't think she is in love with Yovi. I don't think Yovi's in love with her. I think they could barely stand each other. And I think she
Mm,
thinks it's cute to be contrary all the time. And I think she's a liar. Um, how do you sit up there and tell his mom you like the food and she seems nice and then goes behind and tells Yovi, I don't like your mom, I don't like her food. Nobody don't like you. Oh my God. Like
right.
I find her to be very phony, and she's just like, if you say A, she's gonna say Z. And just because she can. And I think she thinks that it's cute. I think she thinks that she's cute. And
Hmm.
I don't know how long this will last, honestly.
I think she goes back half season.
I hope he doesn't marry her, quite honestly, because
That'd be stupid.
he seems to be working a job where he makes good money, real good
Hmm.
money. They do not live in a trailer park. That woman has a beautiful home. Yes, it might be in the bayou, but she has a beautiful home. And
Right.
you heard that he said his dad is working on a boat in Alaska. That's good money.
Yeah.
That's good money. Like she's dropping the ball here.
Yeah. She's
Sorry.
selfish.
Yeah.
She wants things her. She thinks things should be her way. I'm like, things cannot be your way when you come into a new country with no money. I'm sorry. You just don't get to have your way.
Mhm. Okay, so who's next? Brandon and Julia or Andrew and Amira?
Let's do Andrew and Amira.
Mhm. This was our first time seeing them, and
Yeah, I can.
I'm
So,
confused.
okay, so am I. I was just like, okay, you live on the like in a small town in France, like you're stunning. I was like, okay, like whoa, like you got it all together, like you seem kind of cool, like you're into your makeup, your fashion, cool, like you got it going on. And then you see Angelo, you're like, mm, he owns a daycare center with his mom. They run out of her house. He hasn't had much luck with women locally. I'm like, okay. And so that's when he went international and found Amira. I was like, okay, Amira, Boo Kins, what's going on here? Like, are you really trying to get to America when France is right there? I mean, everything she could need would probably be in France. Like the fashion, the makeup. I mean, why America? Like, there's no really need. I just don't understand what her motivation is.
Well,
Because
she says
it
she
can't be
doesn't
Andrew
feel like she fits in there.
fits in. Okay, so she means France. Period. Okay, I can get that, but you've got London, Berlin, Rome, Amsterdam. You got a lot of nice little places you could fit in. You could even go into like Morocco. Um,
Hmm.
some of those places. America, like I'm an American and I appreciate my country, this and that, but I'm like, why? Just why him? This doesn't seem like a match. Doesn't seem like a match. I just don't see how they mesh.
I do. He supports her.
Okay,
He supports her.
yeah,
She
I
said
think
it.
she did say. I think
Hmm.
she said it right. That he sends money, he supports me.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I was confused by her because when she's talking about Andrew, he's great.
Hmm.
But then when she's talking to her dad about Andrew, he's a
Right.
snake with forked tongue.
Exactly.
Didn't get that, didn't see that coming, didn't know where it came from. And of course,
Right.
her dad can only go by what she says. And of course, he's being
Hmm.
protective and he's saying, I don't think you should go. I'm not sure why Andrew thought it was a great idea for them to go to Mexico.
Right.
I think that that is a disaster waiting to happen. And my thing
Agreed.
is, if a global pandemic prevents you from traveling. I do believe that the American consulate or embassy in France will extend your K1 visa if it is running out because you can't travel. They
I
would
would
do
think
that.
so. That was my whole thing. I would think so. Like, why don't you like ask for an extension?
So this leads me to believe that Andrew's an effing idiot.
I agree.
And he wants his own way. I think he's controlling. And
Yes.
his excuse was another French woman did it. Who? When?
Right.
Shut up with that. I
And like,
almost
okay,
said
another
something
French
else,
woman.
but yeah.
Here's my thing. Another French woman did it, but where is she at? Is she in jail? Can we get that answer? Can we get those
But
facts? Can we get
even
that?
so, like cat luck isn't dog luck. So what someone else did it. That doesn't mean it's going to work for her. And if you really cared about her well-being and her safety, you would say stay where you're safe. I'm going to contact the office where I applied for this K1 visa and see if we can get an extension because you cannot travel. There are travel restrictions. They
Right.
would understand that
Exactly.
because it's his government who set the restrictions on travel. Like it seemed
Exactly.
really simple to me, but he made it really difficult. And I need to know more about why she said that to her dad.
Right. So there's something going on. There's something going on there to where um when she's talking to the camera with us, the viewer, everything's good. He's wonderful. He's charming. But to her dad, like
Mm-hmm.
he says that he makes you cry. I don't like him. Blah blah blah. Like, whoa, what's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
two different, very different stories.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, wow.
So we end off with her um at the airport boarding the plane to go to Mexico. Ugh.
Hmm.
Well, good luck to her and to him.
Yeah.
And the last couple is Brandon and Julia. Our little Russian
Hmm.
Spitfire.
She is. They are just. Well, she's too funny. He's funny, but less funny because. Oh, her on that farm was killing me. She couldn't handle it.
That's the wait, that's next week's show or that was this week's show? I can't even remember. I thought they were still in DC with the mother playing tour guide.
Right, and then you had Julia was gonna get her selfies, and she had her little selfie stick. She never goes anywhere without it. She was up there on the wall. She was like, "I'm gonna give you couture," and she's just like, "Let me hit this angle real quick. It's perfect." She's like, "Right here." He's like, and Brandon's like, "Yes, yes, give it to me."
Oh my god.
Perfect. I was crying. I was
I
dying. I
think
can't help
that's
it.
the cutest that we've seen this couple.
It was, but I like them. I think we have to go for favorite couple,
Mhm.
they're my favorite because they're funny and the mom is just determined to control everything, which is I like that dynamic because I want to see Julia and the mom do this, see who wins.
Mhm. Mhm.
And poor little Brandon's just there, like, hi.
All
He's
he
like,
wants is
I'm
sex.
here,
Mhm.
right? And I love Julia, and Julia loves him, and they want their alone time, and it. I just like the whole dynamic because they crack me up. She says what's in her head, what she wants. He's like, okay, I'll try. The mom's like, no, that's not happening, and it's just a nice little loop of drama. And I like
Mhm.
it.
I don't know. I think I like angry Julia more than happy Julia. Um, again, this is another girl that I don't think she investigated like where he lived.
Right.
Um, and I don't understand her train of thought, you know, if his mom says do separate bedrooms and you're going to live at her home, then you do the
Hmm.
separate bedrooms. Like if it was your mom, Julia, don't you think you would have to respect what your mother's wishes were for any guests who were coming to stay at her home? Like that I
Hmm.
don't get, you know,
Yeah,
or
I think
whatever.
But he said, I think he said it before she got there. Like, well, maybe I should have told her before she got here. I'm like, sir, yes, you should have.
Hmm. He should have,
I was
because
like,
his financial situation, he wasn't
right,
honest about that. The home
nope,
situation, he wasn't honest about that. And I think he needs
mm-mm,
to tell Julia, hey, my mom paid for your ticket to come here.
exactly. Or TLC paid for your ticket to come here. Right? I ain't had no money.
But I think mom would work better for her, because I don't think, I think she's being a little irrational and spoiled. And quite honestly, at this point, I'm halfway saying go back to the club that you was pole dancing in at this
But the thing
point.
is, I would agree with you, but she's going by the picture Brandon painted.
Mhm.
So I can't be mad at her and her expectations at this point because she's not expecting a lot. She's only expecting what Brandon told her or what Brandon showed her. So I'm not too mad at her. She's not like Yara, who's just all the time complaining. Julie's just asking questions like, "Hey, like, what's this? What's that? What's going on? What are we doing?" Yara's
I
just like, "No,
I
I don't
disagree
like
with
it."
you. I disagree with you, because that woman has stated what she wants. It's her house. There's no more sending Brandon back to talk to his mom about it. His
I think
mom,
it's
like,
the thing with her. She's trying to be respectful, though. Here's the thing with her, and this is from what I see. She's trying to be respectful of his mother, but not going to her directly. But like, hey, talk to your mom about this, blah blah blah,
mhm,
which I think is the proper way to go.
mhm,
Now, at some point, when Brandon doesn't do what needs to be done, then she needs to have a then she needs to have a sit down with the mom and like, hey, this is how I'm feeling. This is what's going on. I'm not too comfortable. Like Brandon and I are together. We've been together for a
mhm,
while. I understand your concerns. Like, yeah, we're not gonna have kids under your roof. That's we wouldn't do that given our financial situation, but she's trying to give Brandon the opportunity to be the man because,
mhm,
especially his family, because if she were to go to her mother directly without going to him first, that would completely emasculate him, and
I don't think he knows what
his
that means.
his sack is a little high anyway.
Mm.
So it is what it is. So I think she's going around the right way. She's not being too bratty. She's like, hey, this is what you told me. But considering the circumstances, I think she's being kind of cool with the situation. She understands, like, we have to stay here, do the finances for a little bit. It's okay, but I do want my own space, and that's a fair request in my opinion. It's a fair request.
I think she needs to pick and choose her battles wisely with Brandon's mom.
Agreed. I'm going to
Mm.
agree with you there.
Something's got to give, because
Mm-hmm.
you're working from the disadvantage.
Yes.
And I can see why he's attracted to Julia, because she has the same mentality as his mom. She's stubborn,
Yes.
she's very own wayish, she wants what she wants, and this is how it goes. And Brandon is just like his dad. He follows what his wife says,
Right.
you know. So we've got
Mm-hmm.
somebody in the back room, Sad Star Podcast. I'm going to bring her up. Hello, Sad Star. How are you feeling today?
Hi Debbie, hi Jamal.
Hey, Sad
How are
Star.
you
Hi.
guys?
Good.
Good.
How are
How are
you?
you?
I'm tired, like it's been a lot this year to be honest.
Mhm.
A lot of stuff
No.
happening. So I just wanted to get in here and just like shine a little bit of light on
Mhm.
the dating and relationship scenes in Ukraine and Russia and all of that area.
Mhm.
Because some people even ask me, like, are Russians and Ukrainians different or are they the same? They are absolutely the same, honey. It's just like they call themselves different names.
Mhm.
So there are two different like there's a spectrum, okay? We've
Mhm.
got people like Yara and then we've got people like Julia. I just want to say that I understand where Julia is coming from because
Mhm.
I have met a lot of Ukrainian and Russian women who have been in relationships and they want to have kids right away. Like it's just in them. It's not
Mm-hmm.
even about the green card or anything like that. Like they just will get pregnant right away. I know a friend, he's Nigerian, and he met a mom. She's a single mom to another um um like half like another mixed baby. She's Ukrainian here, and she just met him like a month later. She ended up pregnant, and now they have a beautiful baby. It just happens. People here in
Mm-hmm.
Ukraine, they just well, nowadays it's rare for people in Ukraine to have kids. They just end up having like a pet, and that's their child.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for Yara, that's a sugar baby. She's a sugar baby. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
Her lifestyle and her demands and what the complaining, I can understand the complaining and where she's coming from because Russians and Ukrainians complain a lot, like non-stop. They're just bitching all day long, every day. So I understand the complaining, but the lifestyle, her demands, and the way she's acting, baby
Mm-hmm.
girl, you are a sugar baby. And I don't know who was your sugar daddy back in Kiev, but like, I'm sorry, I don't know what she expected when she came to, I'm sorry, when she came to America, to be honest.
Hmm.
Um, I keep trying to remember other stuff that I wanted to say about Tiara, but hmm,
Do you know
there
what she did when she was in Ukraine? Was she an influencer or something? I don't know why that's sticking in my head with her. Like she was on Instagram a lot, showing off
everybody
clothes and stuff.
everybody here is an influencer.
Ah,
Everybody here is an influencer. Everybody here is famous. Everybody here is a sugar baby. I live in Odessa,
mm-hmm.
and it's like a province. It's a state, and
Mm-hmm.
it's very well known. It's right in front of like the Black Sea, like 30
Mm-hmm.
minutes away from Turkey. So we get a lot of like tourists. Most of the people here are tourists, foreigners, or influencers. Mainly sugar babies and sugar daddies, businessmen, etc. All of those people. So I see a lot of people like Yara over here, and I just want to say something. I don't know if she came to America with that attitude. I just want to know where did she live back here in Ukraine? Because I had a fight
Mm.
few days ago with someone on the in one of Master of Blackjack's videos about Yara and Jovi, and that person is so delusional. There, she was like, "Oh, we have like in Ukraine here, we have like 6 foot windows, and we have luxury house." And I'm like, "Bitch, you guys live in a pigsty." And I know that for a fact because I've lived in Ukraine for 4 damn years, and I've been homeless. I know how Ukraine is, and I don't know what Yara is at. Like, why is she complaining? The house is absolutely amazing. Jovi's house, it's better than any other house that I've seen in Ukraine. Period.
Well, I think every city, every country has their good areas and their bad areas.
No, I have to disagree with that. Let me tell you why. Kiev is much more expensive than where I am.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole, for her to live in an apartment that's more luxurious than Jovi's apartment, that's a 2,500 rent a month.
Mm-hmm.
$2,500. Hold up, let me convert it real quick to so that I can be specific. Mm-hmm.
But
Where is
let me get this. How do I say this delicately? If she has several benefactors, could she not afford
so she's paying 71,000 grivnas in a month.
okay, and that's you're saying that as a
That's a fortune right
influencer,
there.
right, as
That's
an influencer, she wouldn't be able to do that. But
not like
what if she's on
doctors
one of
here.
those sites like the gal with David?
Oh, so I've actually seen those websites, and I've actually got like a job offer 2 days ago from similar websites.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is they take 70% of what you get.
Hold up, back up, back. Hold on, sorry, back up, back up, back up. That's good. Okay,
Hmm.
wait a minute. Are you telling me that the website takes in 70% of whatever the person gets?
Yes, yes,
That is worse than pimp rates. That is a no, 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 no.
yeah.
I'm sorry. That just
Literally two
completely caught
days
me off
ago,
guard.
there's a website called work.ua. It's where everybody finds a job, and I got two job offers, one for a model and one for an influencer. And the same thing was like, oh, you're gonna work with us, you have to make an Instagram, you have to make a Twitch, you have to make I don't know what, you have to take photos and travel and do all of that, and you have to meet men, but we take 70% of all you get. A man pays us the money straight up. We take 70% and you take the rest.
I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed for people. I'm annoyed right now. That's just. I'm sorry. If I were running the website, I would take at most 30%. But I'm a very nice person too. But anyway, 70%. I wish I
It's
would.
crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. But I just wanted to say one thing. Doctors here, um, maximum they get $200 a month. A month.
Mm.
To the
Okay.
point that even at my university, people started like stopped working and teachers started embezzling money from students to pass because they don't get like wages, they don't get money from the government or anybody. So what girls do is that they work as escorts and prostitutes and sugar babies, if you want to sugarcoat it.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is the reality of this place, and it's very common. And this is like I'm giving you guys tea from the middle of like the action itself right here.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me see what Ebony Dix. Hi, Ebony.
Hi,
Hello.
Ebony.
What
Hello. Hi.
what were your thoughts on the show this week?
Right. I just want to just quick give a just say thank you to Sad Star Podcast because she always gives us information when we had
Mm-hmm.
Brittany and Yazin on, she just gave us details about that. So
Mm-hmm.
details about the Middle East and European life we don't know, and unless someone who was from that area speaks about it. So I'm really grateful for that. But I just
Mm-hmm.
really want to
Thank
say
you.
I really I blame Michael and Natalie. I blame Michael because Michael has no backbone until Natalie gets here. And then it looks like it crumbles from all the clips that we get. It looks like
Mm-hmm.
he like crumbles, like, oh, I'm so sorry. He's like crying. But I blame him because he doesn't want his uncle to move out. He doesn't want Natalie to come here. He doesn't want her XYZ. He has all these I don't want us. And
Mm-hmm.
he's just letting her come over and does what she wants to do. She's saying, this is what I want. And meant like his subconscious is saying, I don't wanna. It's like, so I blame Michael for just having no backbone. Like, what kind of man? I mean, he seems like a great guy, but that's not the kind of man that she would want. And you could totally tell she needs somebody who's stronger than that. And she's
Yeah.
just like, I can do better. I can help him. I can help him. I can help him love and grow. On Ziad thing, the Ziad, someone, Jamal, and as well, I think I've always said, I think, I don't know. But anyway, Jamal said I wouldn't want to give him a game. And
Mm-hmm.
you actually, Debbie, talks to vocational training, but
Yeah.
I don't think he would ever be open to ever working, period. Like he's never had a steady job. He's
Mm-hmm.
never made money on a consistent basis. I mean, she's basically sending him money and she paid for her. Didn't she pay for her own ring? Didn't we
I
see
think
that?
so. Yeah.
I think she did.
She
I think
gave.
she
Yes.
did.
Yep.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And she paid for her own ring and he gave it to her like, surprise, here you are, honey. And she's like, thank you.
Yeah, yeah, she did. She did pay for her own ring.
But and Jovi and I forget her first name, but Jovi,
Yara.
Yara,
Mm-hmm.
Jovi's a party boy, and I've been around party boys. A lot of them don't settle down.
Mm-hmm.
I think Yara might be the right person to smack him into reality, but I don't know if she's going to settle him down. But
I
I
don't
think
think
it's
so.
so sad because that poor guy is smiling the whole time, and you see when his smile is not there. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
dee, she stung him with the "get away from me." His like smile like dropped, and he
And
said,
and when she's talked about his mom, like you saw the crack in his face. Like when she talked about his
"Yeah."
hometown and his mom and the food, like I felt bad for Jovi. Like party boy or not, like why would you insult like where he came from and his mom? Like he's got manners.
And we can all agree that he doesn't live near like any type of like trailer home because we know what trailer homes look like. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, even just because he said from the SWAT, he makes it seem like it's so, he's trying to make it seem like he's trying to play it down, but honestly, he lives in a freestanding home, a very nice community.
Mm-hmm.
So he was playing it down just to have humility, and
Yeah.
she was playing it down worse to make it like he has poverty.
She irritates me.
Got poverty. This guy has no poverty. He does not have poverty. She like tried to play it out like he was poor. Like, no,
Mm-hmm.
he's not poor. He's doing well, and he has his own place. He's a place in a bayou. So kind of that place like where the party area is at is expensive. It's not cheap. He's not paying $800 a month. He's paying a good penny. But
Mm-hmm.
you should have thought about that when she came through. She's like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. We should have thought about how you're gonna live when you get over here. That should have been a huge thing.
Let me tell you, his job, he makes hella money. He makes hella money.
For
But
real?
yep. He makes
Oh my
hella
God.
money on his the job that he does. And let me tell you, his dad makes a good set of money too. But again, I think it goes back to the way how they were raised. They're not one to flash what they have, you know. Kudos to his parents on how they raised him because he's just like a good old boy and he lives life to the fullest, you know. But he's not flashy about it. I think doing that apartment for her was the flashiest thing he's ever done in his life,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
So he got
And
an
he,
apartment just for her.
I
Is that what
think
you're
so.
saying?
Yep, because I feel he's still living at, up until Yara coming over, I think he was still living at home with his mom and saving all of his money and
That
going
could
out
be.
and
You saw the way his
partying.
hangers were. His hangers weren't even up on.
Yep. Yep. So I think he's yes, he's a party boy. I get it. And I think he's harmless. I think he's a nice kid. Um I just don't see him meshing with Yara. Like, yeah, she was a good hookup off of the website while you was going around Europe, but for reality, husband and wife, I don't see those two together.
And just one more thing for the
Mhm.
is it Brandon and the
Brendan and Julia, yeah.
yeah, I honestly I agree. I live with I have family that I know. If you are unmarried with your girlfriend, you guys have separate rooms. Now, when you're
Mhm.
married, I think that's a union and they should
Mhm.
be open. But the mom says even after marriage, I'm not open to that.
Yes.
So that's kind of like really weird. But I do believe that before marriage, if that's the house. But he also didn't stand up for her himself either, because he doesn't believe that. He didn't say, I don't really like that idea. I think I want XYZ. He didn't say that. So I also put the blame on him because he should have
Yeah.
set up for what he
Mhm.
wanted before she got there. And now
And
she's there and he wants what she wants. And then she looks like the bad guy because she has to say, this is what I want. He's like, me too. And he's got to go
mhm.
back to mom. And mom's like, well, no, she's making you say that. But in the confessions, he was saying that to us, that he wanted
Mhm.
that. So I
But
put the blame on him.
you know what? His mom saying that even after marriage, we don't want you in the same room. Like, I think she's one of those people who pushes her boundaries because she's almost like a bully. She's bullied her husband and she's bullied her kid. And she pushes to see how far she can go. And I'm wondering if her husband like lets her go and go and go until he says, okay, enough is enough. Like, I wonder if she's one of those women. Because I thought that comment was too much. If they're married and yes, living at your home, you have to let them stay in the same room. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane. That's
Can I add something about Tiara? Just
Mm-hmm.
real quick. So I have went to her Instagram, okay, and I scrolled down like way before she met Jovi, and I'm seeing like the lifestyle. First of
Mm-hmm.
all, she's faking pictures. Thank you very much. She's like taking pictures at the same location, several bikinis, but at the same exact location, and she's like tagging like different stuff. Like she's in one time she's at an island, and one time she's on another island, and one time she's on another different island, but it's literally the same one beach that we have over here from different angles.
Okay.
Yeah. Because she's
so
like
what you
tagging
saying is she
places.
are you saying she took pictures from different angles to make it look like she was in a big island?
No, she's like, for example, there's one time when she's like at Royal Palms Beach Hotel,
Mm-hmm.
Kalutara, somewhere like, but no, that's actually not. This is actually a place. It's a villa right here in Odessa. You rent this villa for like a few $1,000s as a group, and people go. It's like a chalet with a private pool and everything. The picture right below it, this is actually really close to my house.
Mm-hmm.
She tagged the same area, but that's really close to my house. Like that's like a 30-minute walk from my house on the same beach.
Hmm. So she's
Wow.
just taking pictures in the same spot at this villa, but saying she's in Marrakesh, she's in Dubai, she's I don't know, in
Classic.
France, like
If you
wherever.
scroll, no, if you scroll before she met Jovi a few years
Yeah,
ago, like
yeah.
you will see that, like if you are from the same place, for example, she tagged one place, Ibiza Beach Club in Odessa. I've been to this place, and she's sitting there. Right above it, the same place, Monaco. She says Monaco, but this is actually really close to the outskirts of the city here in Odessa too. So she's moving
Hmm.
between Odessa and Kiev and other places in Ukraine and taking pictures. And she's like tagging them as in like exotic places. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, so she's taking the pictures at one beach but tagging a different beach. Is that right? Am I on the right track?
Exactly, yes. She's
Gotcha.
in
Okay.
Ukraine, but she's tagging a whole nother country and a whole nother island.
Oh dear.
And then she's at the Botanic Sad, which is like a whole big like I don't know natural park, Sky Bar, Prestige Hall, all of these places. Now I want to find out what did she used to do. Like she looks like she has a pretty normal life and she has a big dream. Like fake it till you make it. But before she met Jovi, what did she do as for a job, for a living? Does anyone have an idea or anything?
She was looking
I
for Jovi.
Yeah,
Oh
well the
yeah,
thing
that's her
is,
job.
well the thing is like I don't know why influencer or makeup artist stuck in my head with her. I have to go back and listen. Um, but I don't think she did much of anything. And now I'm beginning to question the web, the app that he met her on.
Hmm.
Um, because I thought it was like a hookup app. No, at first it sounded like one of those social apps, like if you're in another city and you want to see the sites and where to go, restaurants, plays, stuff like that. But then it sounded like a hookup app, and I want to know what's the name of that app. That's all, because I wouldn't put it past him to get a prostitute while he was, going through Europe. I wouldn't put it past him.
See, the thing is, I'm actually going up on her page, and it's clearly I think she's on the apps, but let me tell you something. They don't necessarily meet on the apps alone. They also hunt for clients in bars and spas and beaches and all of these places. These girls, they work. They just go to the beach, they pay whatever amount of money they can, they just sit there, hang out all day waiting for someone to like catch them or to meet somebody or something like that.
Let me throw out a question to y'all.
Mm.
Say,
Mm-hmm.
suppose, okay, she's working with one of these companies that requires 70% of the earnings they keep. What does
Mm-hmm.
she need to do outside of that?
This is what I'm trying to figure out.
Does she, they have no claim to that, right? She can just go and do whatever she wants and get all of the money that she earns.
You know,
Yes.
I was thinking we've heard of all escorts. So
Mm-hmm.
escorts don't always have to have sexual contacts or with
Mm-hmm.
their with an individual. They
Mm-hmm.
just want to make sure that their person has fun
Mm-hmm.
and that they take care of their person and to show them off. So I think a lot of these girls, and maybe even men, um, they they are escorts or professionals, and you know they're good at what they do. That's what I think.
Yes. So
Mm-hmm.
I just want to like even say like add to this point. It's that when I told you guys that I got two job offers, it was from the same company but two different things, a model and an influencer. A model is exactly as Ebony said. It's you will go there and hunt out for men and you will meet them personally, you will give them company, they will have to sign a contract to get your company. Nothing sexual, it's just that you will provide them good company, good chat. If they want to get sexual with you, that's a whole another like, it's like you have to level up into that position for more money, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And for an influencer, you like you show your body on the internet, you interact on the DMs, on messages, but they will also people if they want to get real with you, um they will also have to like for example Twitch streamers. You will be a Twitch streamer, people will send you money, but your company will claim 70% of that money. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Right.
Actually, there was one scam in my country, in Egypt, about this thing where they were hunting down for like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of underage girls to join companies like that. And it was like a whole scandal, and some teenagers went to jail
Oh my
because it's
God.
illegal. Yeah, because they were literally like blackmailing these girls. See, what happens is you join these companies, they take 70% of what you have, whatever remains to you is 30%. It's not in it's like an average wage, but it's not like something wow, you're gonna barely survive. So you'll have to work more and more and more and more and more. The more you work, the more you will get attached to it, hoping to get something else. If they want to be dirty with you, they will have blackmail material on you and you will be their slave forever, and nobody's gonna be on your side. This is
Oh my
exactly how it
God.
Can I,
works.
can
And
I
this,
ask
yeah, go
stats?
ahead.
I just want to see. Is there like a lot of scamming going on in the country or in the European area? Because in the U.S. we have scamming, but I feel like sometimes we tell a friend to tell a friend that that's a scam. But I feel like
Mhm.
maybe from what I'm hearing, sometimes you guys you tell a friend, but they try it just to see if it works. I don't know. Does
To be
it seems like
honest with you, everything here is a scam. For example, like people who know me, like I've been around YouTube for a while now, and I've already told that I have been homeless here in Ukraine several times. It's because, for example, I would sign a contract for an apartment, as in it's legal that I am renting this apartment and I'm paying rent for it. And then if I'm sleeping in my house, suddenly the owner would barge in and they would kick me out and throw my stuff into the street as if nothing happened. The police would do nothing, the owner would do nothing, they would just take my money and kick me out into the street. This is a scam.
Mm.
There are so many other scams like job scams. I went to work for a pharmaceutical company online and a call agent, and I would work daily for $10. But if I broke one rule, like if I moved from my chair too much, or if they caught me holding my phone, I would lose $18. So I'm losing more money than I'm gaining money, and I ended up in debt.
Oh
wow?
my
Again,
God.
thank you for that experience because I would never know. That's
Yeah,
that
it's a lot of,
happened
it's
in
so,
people's experience.
no problem, girl. It's okay. What we were saying about Tiara. So these girls end up in a situation where they would be stuck in this lifestyle. It's usually they are like working, they're laborers, they're slaves for this job. Unless they find somebody like Jovi who would take them out of this job. Do you know what I mean? Where they have to quit. If they have any debt, they would pay it off and they would go into the sunset with their knight in shining armor. Jovi, with the
So
big
you're
smile.
saying that there could be a backstory with Jovi and Yara. There could be a backstory that we don't know, that he took her out of quote unquote something.
Yeah.
There is possibly a big story because from what I see, her profile is showing every single sign of a girl that likes to go out and have fun, and she's always at like clubs and bars and all of these things.
Well, that's what she said. She said that she traveled a lot. And
She
that's why I'm
did,
thinking
didn't
that
she? She did.
that the that she said she was like an influencer or something like that. And I even remember a picture of her with like luggage or something. A lot of
Mhm.
things don't add up with her. But let me ask you a question, Sad Star. Like the girls that are involved in this, do they ever age out? Like, wait, no, because if they're really good at getting these guys to pay for things that the company is getting 70%, they could just substitute a different picture.
So they never really age out because here in these countries, they are very open-minded about their sexuality and what they like. Some people like old women, some people like young girls, some people like normal women and normal ages. Like, for example, there is a rule called on the internet, Rule 34, which is if something exists, there's something, there's the, like, on the other side, it's sexualized somewhere around the world. You know what I mean? So if they age out, they will just find another demographic. Some men like really old women. Some men like women in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and maybe 90s. Like they never age out of the job if they don't want to like leave it.
Oh my God.
Crazy.
And there's a lot of young girls, mind you, here in Ukraine. And I said, I don't know if I said it here on this channel or on somewhere else, but here in Ukraine, um, they are like they start having sex at 12. I have a student. I used to work as a part-time English teacher a few years ago when I first came here to Ukraine. And a couple of years ago, my student, he was 14, and he started having sexual intercourse with his girlfriend who was older. And I was like, hold up, you're 14. And he was like, yeah, it's legal. I smoke, I drink, I do whatever I want. It's Ukraine. And I'm just like, hold your horses. What is going on here?
Yeah,
It's wild. It's a different world.
yeah. Willow Ann says that someone tell Sad Star that this girl used to be a go-go dancer, but Sad Star is saying that they had like two different lives. You got many different lives, so I can see that happening. You know, there's
Oh, I thought Julia was the go-go dancer.
The go-go
oh, okay, I'm sorry,
dancer.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
I'm wrong.
Yeah, Julia was actually the go-go dancer, and people are like, stripper is not a go-go dancer. No, stripper is a go-go dancer, baby. It's the same
No,
thing.
no, there's not. Technically, no.
They're in different parts of the world.
Yes,
That's the
yes.
thing.
It just depends on where you're at.
So,
But you know, Brandon's mom did bring that up because she was like, what does she do? Because a lot, like, don't tell people like she's a go-go dancer because a lot of people would associate that with something else. Like she was being a little shady about that.
Wasn't wait, wasn't Gerard, what's her name? Erica Girardi, wasn't she a go-go dancer?
Yeah,
Yeah,
shakers.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
wait, Erica Girardi wasn't the waitress?
No, she
Yeah,
was a
she was
go-go
she was
dancer.
Yeah, I thought she was a go-go dancer. I
before
was
that.
thinking,
Before
so
that.
let's
Yeah.
just yeah, I just thought it was the correlation was
I
funny.
mean, let her hustle, I guess.
Or at
I
least
don't
she
know.
owns it. You
Yeah.
know, she owns it. So
Yeah.
Good Lord. Okay, well, guys, let's go and do final thoughts because I know Jamal has to get back to work.
Can I
Sad
just say
Star.
something about
Mm-hmm.
unexpected?
Oh,
So
and please let us
unexpected.
know how we can find you. Say what you have to say about Unexpected and let us know where we can find you on YouTube.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
unexpected. Is it me or is it everybody, especially the first two couple, the girl with the daddy's girl and the guy, the
Mm-hmm.
skinny guy with her? They
Mm-hmm.
look like she's in her 30s and he's in his 40s. Those are the oldest looking 16-year-olds that I have seen in my life. They don't look. I don't. How did teenagers age so fast? I did not look like this at 16. I
I think
didn't.
probably they wear more makeup now and um the only one that I thought that was looked older than he said he was Lily's boyfriend Lawrence. I thought he was in his 30s. I didn't realize he was 19.
They all look so old. Holy
Mhm.
shit. It's impossible. I still can't overlook it. They still look 40 in my eyes. Anyways, guys, you can find me at Sad Star Podcast. You just write on YouTube, search Sad Star Podcast, and you will find the same logo. And that's me. Just go follow me or something. I don't know.
And
That's
check out her review of Unexpected because it's super funny. I actually got to catch I think the first 10 minutes of it before jumping onto this, and
really.
yes, it
I like
you
this.
actually give
Oh,
me a few
wait.
chuckles with your points of view. And I'm like, wait, hold on. She's got a point there. So give her a listen, give her a try.
Ovulating.
Yeah,
And
Ovulating,
the
guys.
ovulated.
and the Zied Chronicles. You have to check out her reactions to Zied and Rebecca.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Oh my
filter
god.
filter game is strong. That's all I gotta say. Filter game is strong.
Oh my god. Thanks for having me, guys.
You're
Have a
welcome,
good
love.
Anytime.
day.
See you soon.
Bye bye. Bye,
Bye.
Ebony. Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Yes. No, I don't.
Ebony.
I'm just a crew member. I'm a part of everyone's. I'm just in this community. So if you see me, you see me, and I love coming on here talking. I like reality chit chat because it's not as big right now. It is growing,
Mm-hmm.
and I like that part. So I get to speak, but I can't speak on my other platforms. I like to go on
Oh,
to. So that's okay
well,
because
you
some of
keep
them are
coming
so
back here.
messy, you can't even clean it up with a broom.
Oh my gosh.
But
No,
I'm good for that. I like it because Wendy Williams is reincarnated.
she is? Oh.
She did.
I know what she's talking about. I know what she's talking about.
Okay, well, you can fill
Ebony,
me
I
in
know exactly
later.
what you're talking about.
And so it is what it is. So
Uh,
I like this community, and I really appreciate your platform, and
aw.
I like to come up here. So thank you for just being you guys. Thank you,
Thank you,
Thank
Ebony.
Star.
you.
Thank you.
Well, I'm glad that you're like you like what we're doing here, what we've created, and I think when I started this whole journey, I wanted to find some place where I could be safe to talk because there's a lot of mean people out there, and Up and Adam was the first place that I felt safe enough to talk where I wouldn't be ridiculed. And I just hope that everybody who's in our chat and who comes up and talks with us on the panel feels the same way. So
Let me
thank
tell
you,
you about
Ebony.
Adam. I saw him on the messiness
The
that I
message.
watch, which I love.
Oh, okay.
Um, but he is such a good guy, and I hope that people who are on here follow him because he is so solid.
Yeah.
He and his partner really want people to have good information, accuracy, knowledge, and be welcome. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
100%. A hundred
Yeah.
percent.
He's been
Oh
very
yeah, Adam's
supportive of
amazing.
us. Yeah, go ahead, Jamal, because you're like you're one of his
No,
mods.
yeah, like Adam's super supportive. Like he's very like nice. Like he understands like people have different points of views, and he's open to those points of views. So he's very welcoming and open. I think I've been a part of Animal's channel since before he hit 1,000 subs, I think. So I remember he was just starting out, super
In the dark
nervous,
room?
and yeah, I want to
Yes,
say yeah. I
in
want
the
to say
dark
before,
In the dark
room.
yeah.
room?
So he's like amazing. He's super supportive of us, and I mean that's what it's all about. Like I do mod for other channels as well. I'm actually mod for 3 channels outside of this. So I've seen like some chats be like, "Whoa, y'all doing a bit much up in here," but okay, I'm not the mod. But we wanted his chats are so open and welcome, and so we're like we want to keep that vibe, but we understand like we're a little bit different because we kind of like say it is what it is, and we want everyone to feel like it's okay to be your honest self and say your honest opinion because no one here is going to like ridicule you, berate you. All we ask is that when you do say your point of view, that you're respectful,
Yeah.
and we'll be respectful of you and everyone else. So it's important for us to always maintain that and make sure people feel welcome. Like even in the chat, like I see some people have their opinions. Like okay, I didn't see it that way, but I can see where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no back and forth, there's no infighting. Like our mods are great. Shout out to our mods, Black Lavender, Willow, Jenny, and Lauren. They're great. They're engaging, and they help the conversation along as well. So we overall just love it.
Yeah, I did. Yay.
Aww.
I love
Well,
it.
thank you so much, Ebony.
Yep,
And
I'll see you folks soon.
yes, tomorrow, hopefully.
Yes.
So, Jamal, what say you? Any
Yo.
final thoughts?
No, everything was good. Unexpected was an unexpected surprise. I'm like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I could rock with this a little bit. The couples are interesting. I don't understand how they're not on the floor crying, but hey, they're just different from me.
So you've never watched the show before?
No, it just
Oh my
came up
God.
on like they were advertising it, and I was like, unexpected. I saw the previews. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
children having children. Like, okay, the parents seem solid, and the kids seem delusional. So I'm like, this could be something I can get into.
Yeah, this is
So I just said,
TLC's
let me just
version
watch it
of
because it was
Teen
on.
Mom. Yeah, this is their
Teen
version of
Mom,
Teen Mom.
right?
Yeah, but with the TLC
But I
twist.
can say like it's entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I can say it's entertaining though. I'm not
It
mad
is.
because I'm just like, oh no. Oh.
Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to see how the 3 couples that I like on 90 Day are progressing. And unexpected, I just feel like this is going to disappoint me. And that's it. That's it for today for us.
All right.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate it. If you like what you saw, please hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. You could even hit the thumbs down. We don't care. But please, please, please leave a comment. If there are any channels that you like watching that we might not be familiar with, please leave it in our comment section. And until tomorrow, we'll talk to you then. Bye.
Bye everybody.